Hi, my name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS, and I hope you're doing okay. Today, I'll be taking a look at Geoshred Studio for Mac by Wizdom, and it is freaking awesome, so let's oge! Geoshred is the groundbreaking iOS touchscreen expression instrument brought to life by Jordan Rudess of Dream Theater. It began as a guitar-focused instrument but has evolved to now be able to use some incredible orchestral and world-modelled instruments thanks to GeoSwarm and Nada in-app purchases. Finally, Geoshred Studio is available on the Mac, and it can be used with a mouse, a MIDI keyboard, MPE controller, Wind controller, and even your iPad or iPhone with Geoshred or the free Geoshred Control app from the App Store. I'm also very excited to announce that I have 2 full unlocks of all instruments, including the GeoSwarm and Nada collection, with over $1,000 each for $5 and above Patreons. So what are you waiting for? Sign up now. Geoshred Studio is a free download from the Mac App Store. Once downloaded, you will need to purchase the Geoshred Studio Essentials Pack for $50 USD to set up the engine and basic sounds, like purchasing the app on iOS. The GeoSwarm and Nada collections can be purchased within the Mac app as collections or individual instruments. But be aware, if you already own these in-app purchases on your iOS versions, they will not carry over to the Mac versions, unfortunately. Now let's take a look at the prices of these in-app purchases. So here we are, and this is the standard pricing table for Geoshred and instruments. And I know it looks like a lot, but let's first talk about the iOS version. So you've got the Geoshred Pro, it's the green icon, it's $24.99, and that's basically like getting the download of the Mac version with the $50 Essentials Pack. You can also buy the Play version, which is the blue icon, it's $10, then you got to pay the $14.99 on top, and that will unlock the Pro version. So there's 2 ways you can get to the Pro version. Geoshred Control is $0. It's virtually just a controller, but it does have an upgrade for $24.99. Now you see a big price difference here in the in-app purchases. And look, we are lucky on iOS because things are a lot cheaper. And when it comes to desktop apps, it goes up. You're going to see that. So a single GeoSwarm instrument is at $14.99 USD. GeoSwarm 1, which comes with 6 of those, is $74.99. GeoSwarm 2 with 5 instruments is $59. And if you buy both of them together, it's about $120. That's 11 instruments. The Nada instruments, same, $14.99 each. The collections, $74.99, $74.99, and $74.99 for each of them. It is the number 3 that has 8, and the other 2 have 7. You can buy variations, collection 1 and 2 for $120. Collection 2 and 3 for $120, or all 3 for $179. So that's iOS out the way. Here we are down here with the Mac prices. Now this table can be found on the Maforte website. So it's free to download, the Geoshred Studio. $50. You need to pay the $50 to unlock the engine and get the standard instruments, the guitars and stuff like that. Here's where we get to the in-app purchases. And we see the difference between iOS and Mac. $50 per GeoSwarm instrument. Remember, this is a la carte. You can buy them individually as you want. GeoSwarm 1, 6 instruments, so the same number of instruments as the iOS version, $250. The number 2 is 5 instruments for $200. If you buy them both together, you're going to get them for $400. So you're going to save $50 if you buy them together, yeah? 11 instruments. The Nada, you're going to save a bit more with the Nada, so they're $50 individually. The Nada collection 1, 2, and 3, they're all $250 each. So what's that? $750 if you bought them all like that. But if you buy all 3, you get them for $600. I know it's a lot of money, isn't it, for instruments? But there we go. Collection 1 and 2 is $400, and 2 and 3 is $400. So come to the website. I'll leave a link to the website so you can look at this and see exactly what value you're getting and what you want to get for it. when you hear the instruments, they are incredible. Now, I will let you know too, there are links in the description. I've covered all of this on iOS. This is virtually the same deal, but on a Mac. And obviously with a Mac, you've got far more power and stuff for articulation and stuff like that. But I've left links for my original Geoshred review, which will explain the app in its entirety. I've left links to every one of the packs, so GeoSwarm 1, 2, and NADA Collection 1, 2, and 3. So you can go through and hear all the instruments and check it out there, yeah? So, and I've also left a link to the Maforte YouTube channel, so you can go and see there's a particular video on there, a video that explains some of the changes with previous versions. If you've saved previous projects in Logic and now you open it up with this new version, there's some things you may have to do with articulation that I'm not going to go fully into today, but that is linked down below as well. All right, let's get into this and see how you set this thing up. Okay, so here we are, and this is my Mac screen that I'm sitting here in front of. Nice and big on the screen, a little bit different than the normal iOS screen. Now, I've already gone ahead and installed Geoshred Studio here. I'm going to go down, it's in the toolbar. We're going to open it up for the first time. Now, there's a couple of things I want you to do. First, you'll need to do these. As you can see, it looks exactly the same as the Geoshred on iOS. If you click the three dots in the top right-hand corner, you will see the store. And this is where you can purchase the Essentials pack to get everything sorted out, your iCloud preset synchronization, the send and receive between Geoshred for iPhone and iPad, and also all of the 200 presets for the guitar and pluck model and 21 other modeled effects, yeah? And the preset editor. So also here, if we do a quick scroll, you can see this is where you can get all of the in-app purchases, just as we give a little bit of a push there. So if we scroll down, there are the most popular, and this is the a la carte for Geo Swarm. So you can see Geo Violin, and the bass flute, clarinet, viola, oboe, and as we scroll down, the NADA instruments, all a la carte individual, and then you get down to the collections and the combinations of collections that we mentioned at the start, yeah? So there they all are. If you need to restore purchases, you just hit the restore and you are good to go. So close that. One of the first things you'll want to do, what will pop up is it'll say, would you like to connect the cloud? And of course you do. You want to connect the cloud, yeah? So say yes, and this is where that is. So this little iCloud here. Also, if you come to the settings at the top here and go to settings, this is where you will find disable iCloud Drive. So you can turn that on and off there. And the first thing I want you to do is come up here and see where it says enable automation. You will want to do this. You have to do this if you want to use your iPad. So we're going to enable that. And it should come up with a little warning saying, are you sure you want to do this? And you just say, yes, okay, got it. Don't remind me again. And you should be good to go there. Let's jump out of this. And as you can see, hitting notes, we're off. So you can hear the expression. But of course, using a mouse is not the way this was meant to be. Now you can use a MIDI keyboard or MIDI MPE controller or a wind breath controller, or you can use your iPad and your iPhone. And we're going to jump into how you do that now. So first we're going to just close out of this. We don't need this open right now. So let's close that out. And we're going to come over to our iPad. Let's show you that. So I have my iPad 2018 set up here because my M2 is behind and plugged in for the show and everything. So I've got this connected. I've got this plugged into the USB-C and that's running into my Mac Mini. So we're all set up. It's connected and we're going to bounce back over to the Mac now. Give it a second to load. There we are. And you're going to want to do this. Hold down Command and space and that will bring up the Spotlight search. And in here you want to type MIDI. So you'll come up and see Audio MIDI Setup. Click on this and now you'll see your iPad connected. All we need to do is hit Enable. It'll take a second and that is now enabled. You can click on this and see the input is selected. That is all good. We don't need this anymore. We can shut this down. Now is the time where we want to open up Logic. So let's do that. I'm just going to find Logic over here and open it up and create a brand new project. And there we go. So we've got Logic up to File up the top here. Hit New. Give it a second, and you will want to pick a MIDI software instrument. Now, I've done this previously, so Geoshred is in the list. To find Geoshred, you just click here. You want to scroll down to AU Instruments, and you want to look for, here we go, Maforte, and there it is. It's in there. You can see that there. Once you've selected it, or you can just, select nothing and select it afterwards, hit Create. As soon as you hit Create, here's your first track. It should open up for you. So there it is. It's ready to go. Okay, now we need to connect a few things. So we know the iPad's connected. Now we need to come over here and we need to make sure, because it's using IDAM technology here instead of Bluetooth, because IDAM's going to be really fast. IDAM, I've done a show on it. If you look it up, IDAM, Jade Starr. I did a show on IDAM. You can use your iPad to connect to your Mac computer to do so many things. A lot of people don't even know the technology exists. It's really good. Latency, zero latency almost. It's just fantastic. So we're going to click on these dots here, and we want to come down to MIDI. And in this section here, we obviously want to receive MIDI. So we're going to click this Connect Receive. Click up the top here, and we want to hit Receive. And now it's ready to receive, and we're going to bounce over here back to the iPad. Now, first off, I've said this, I think I've said it a couple of times, you can either use Geoshred, Geoshred Play, or the free control. I'm going to show you Geoshred Play first, just to show that I can do it. And we're going to load this up. There it is. Now again, much like the other one, you want to come in here, open it up for the first time, go into settings, and make sure automation is connected. So it says that when it says disabled, then it's all good. So we're good there. Oh, wow. We've already got sound coming through. Now, you're hearing the sound from the Mac, and I'll show you how we did that. We come over to MIDI here, and you can see I've got Connect Send, and this is where it would normally be off. And you click Send, and now it's connected and ready to go. So let's bring up both our Mac and the iPad, and you'll see when I touch here, it's just that easy. So good, so good. And because it's connected, let's just pop over to the Mac here and close this little bit here. Because it's connected, when I change a preset in here, it's going to change on the Mac as well. So let's just go over here and select, say, a cello. Too easy. Let's move this over here as well, and let's record something in. So make sure we've got our click track going. And all we've got to do is arm this track over here. So that's armed now and ready to go. And I'm going to go back to those flutes because they sounded absolutely delightful. These are the Geo flutes. And we just come up here and hit record. Try it again. Pretty damn cool. Let's go back and see how it went. Did it record? It looks like there's MIDI in there. Wonderful stuff. Hey. So not the best playing in the world, but that's not what it's all about. I've got this thing on a box here, so my hands are up high trying to do it. It's the way you got to present this stuff. It is what it is, you know what I mean? So we can delete that. Let's go over to this track here. We can delete this MIDI, not a problem. And hit delete, all gone, back to the start. And I just want to show you a few things. Now, remember, whenever you change something, it changes on the Mac. So if you look over there at the Mac, I'm going to turn up the vibrato amount, and you can see it going up over on the Mac. So everything's happening in real time. And even when it comes down to, let's just go over here to effects. So when you click on the three dots, we'll come back over here to the iPad, and we have models and effects. So I might want to take the reverb off. So we'll click on the reverb and we'll turn this off, and then I'll hit save. Give it a second, and it should have saved by now. iCloud should have done its thing. We close. Whoop, it's still there. Did I turn it off? Let's make sure I turned it off. But in real time, oops, we want to go to... I didn't turn it off, did I? There we go. Now it's off. Save. And we should be good. No. What else? I've got echo on as well too. Let's turn that off and hit save. Okay. It's not going across. What's going on? Compare. It says compare over there. Let me come back over here. I love demos that go wrong. So we should be off. Let's just check if it's the same over here. Oh, do I have iCloud on? You know, this could be my fault. Let's make sure we go into iCloud, and we want to go to settings. I might not have it on. Disable iCloud. So iCloud Drive is on. Now let's come over here to our effects and see what's going on. Effects. Here they are. No, they're not. So let's try it from this end. If I turn it off from here and save it. So that one's off. Ah, so it's going the other way. Now if I turn off this echo, there we go. Let's turn off the echo. Ah, so it happens the other way. There you go. So you're watching it in real time. So... And you can see they're off here. Can I turn them back on from here? So you still say they're on here. Ah, so it's only from this way because, okay, I'm with it now. I think I'm with it. Anyway, let's, these are currently on here. No matter if I turn them on though, let's come here. Make sure this one's on and save. So it's only the other way. There you go. I love learning new things. So let's come back over here. Two of these, and we'll turn them back on. So this one's now back on here, it says. Well, this one's back on now. There we go. So it just takes a little second for it to actually happen. Right? You've just got to give it some time to actually go to iCloud, upload, but it does work. Yeah. I love it. I'm just trying to be too fast. I keep thinking that everything's super fast and you can just get away with it, you know. But that's not the case. But yeah, if you save a preset on here, or save a preset over on the Mac, it's going to save to iCloud and transport over. So really, really super cool stuff. Let's just get out of here. But yeah, changing your instruments is not a problem. We can go to like guitars. What have we got? Some acoustics here. And even like the strumming. So let's find the strumming instruments. These are really cool. So that works across there as well too. Super, super cool. So all the strumming instruments are great as well. Let's try some nada instruments. So we got, here we go, some violins here. I love this thing. I think it's just so good. And again, real time. Turn on the double stop. I think we've got the effects still showing here. Are we getting? Yep, there we go. So look at that. Double stop didn't come on. You can see how quickly they're showing up over on the Mac as well. Oh, so these are, you've got to hold them down. Here you go. Rad, really, really wicked stuff. Love it. So yeah, all the instruments, as I said, go back and watch my shows to see them all. Just another thing, just quickly, when you pick something like the violin here, you've also got all these presets that you can choose as well. So arps. Now we're still using the play version. I'm going to jump out of this. Let's close it. And we'll stop this. Choose a strumming instrument. Now, I want to show you with the control. So let's load up control. Give it a second and make sure everything's connected. So we'll go down to MIDI here. Connection is off. So we want to go to connect send and send. Too easy. Let's make sure everything's good. So we should have, let's go here. Make sure our iCloud. So you can see with this one, I don't have the Pro version to enable edit shortcuts, but iCloud is set. Easy to control. Now, there's another thing with automation that I pretty much could go into, but I'm going to let you work it out. There's a video pinned below that talks about the automation setup. It's just, you know, it's covered really well in that video, so it's probably pointless me going through this. Once again, you want to check out all of the sounds and everything. I've done videos before, but yeah, this is rad. Let's, I don't know, go out. Let's pick, what can we pick? Maybe a trumpet. And just hit record one more time to prove it all works and we're all good. Let's hit Ode. Let's go. What a load of old wank that was. But there it is. It's all there. Wonderful stuff. We'll hit plays. And you can see all that automation is in here because you can see this moving here. But the further automation that is available for this is things like modulation. So you can modulate effects and you can go in and draw those in with the pencil tool here. But definitely the link below to check out how to do that. All right, I think we're good to go. Let's get out of here for today. This thing is just sick. Love it, love it, love it. So that is the long-awaited Geoshred Studio for Mac, and it's such a welcome addition for Mac users, and the integration with the iOS version as a controller is seamless, swift, and a pleasure to use. It's free to grab, $50 for the Essentials pack to unlock it all and get it running, and you can pick up and choose a la carte or in packs all the other instruments that you may desire. The ability to use the free Geoshred control on both iPad and iPhone makes the experience completely seamless, and I've left heaps of links below, full iOS tutorial on Geoshred, and all of the shows I've done covering all of the in-app purchases. Not only that, I've left a video from the devs with a little more info on articulation for older versions. Are you enjoying the content here on the channel? Please let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, please do me a solid. Smash the like, hit the subscribe, and ring that bell to keep up with all of the latest app demos and live streams. Also, if you become a Patreon, my friends, $5 a month. We got a big one this week. 2 full copies of Geoshred Studio and all of the in-app purchases, $1,000 each, and I got 2 of them. So even if you join for this month, $5 could win you something special. All right, let's get out of here. Remember, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better, and we'll all rise together. Stay awake and let's Oj!